Welcome to Sigma, the next-gen ecosystem for global media streaming.
From live TV to VOD, monetization, and immersive experiences, or Sigma OTT delivers it all.
As OTT platforms scale, one question continues to challenge broadcasters and platform operators: cloud or on-prem? And more importantly, which architecture decisions will truly last? In today's complex OTT landscape, there is no one-size-fits-all model. Scalability, latency, compliance, cost, and control all come with real trade-offs. Join us for this live discussion as we explore how operators and telcos make architecture decisions in real-world conditions, beyond theory and global templates. Welcome to today's webinar, Cloud or On-Prem? Making OTT architecture decisions that last.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we begin, on behalf of Turo Multimedia and Sigma OTT, I want to wish everyone a very happy New Year 2026. We hope the new year brings you good health, a meaningful partnership, and continued growth in everything you're building. So thank you for starting the year with us and for taking the time to join today's conversation. My name is Alisa, representing Turo Multimedia and Sigma OTT. So, today's session is titled Cloud or On-Prem, Making OTT Architecture Decisions That Last. And I'm very pleased to be joined by Mr. Arjun Raval, our CTO of Turo Multimedia in India, who participated on-site at Digital Cable TV Show 2025. So, Mr. Arjun, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Alisa, and very good morning to everyone. It's pleasure to be here and happy New Year to all of you as well. I'm Arjun Raval, Chief Technical Officer at Trudeau Multimedia, looking after all the technical operation and projects in the SAG region. And of course, it's great to join this session today. I would like to share my experience about my last visit in Digital Cable TV Show 2025 Kolkata, where I had a opportunity to engage closely with the operators, broadcaster, technology partners across the industry. So what really stood out in those discussions was that the architecture is no longer viewed as a back-end technical choice, but it has become a core strategic business decision. See, nowadays, operators are, realizing that the architectures they choose today could directly impacts on their, cost structure, operational control, regulatory compliance, and scaling ability of the system in the future. What I found, like most conversation with partner customer, didn't start with the features and user interface of the product and solution, you know, but instead that they began discussion starting with some practical question like how do we can handle the peak traffic during the live event, how do we keep cost predictable as a viewership grow, and how do we retain control over critical services. Also they ask how do we cater the maximum channels with the minimum capex investment. So from such questions, we can say that the operators are now focusing one step ahead. They are are more focused on the building ott iptv platform that can scale sustainably, and they want to install the system that is adaptive, the adaptive the changes in the traffic pattern, and also it should evolve over the time. They are keeping all this point in the mind. In short, they are not much bothered about based on which kind of the architecture we are going to provide them, or we are going to offer them a solution. Instead, they are just focusing like which solution is best for them in terms of the sustainability, scalability, flexibility, right? And which solution can support in their business as it evolves. So this is the my finding during my last visit. Not only on the last visit, over the few recent visit with some customer and partners. Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Arjun. So that's a great starting point. A digital cable TV show 2025, many conversations didn't begin with features, right? They began with concerns about scalability, control, and long-term cost. So why do you think architecture has become such a strategic topic for operators at this stage?
Uh, that's a great question, and I think there are few important reasons why architecture has become such a strategic topic at this stage. See, first key or important reason is the market has matured significantly nowadays, and OTT and IPTV are no longer experimental for most of the operator, but it's now a core revenue platform. See, with thousands and millions of the users and daily viewing hours at stake, architecture decisions directly affect business stability and the growth. The second important reason is that many operators are carrying lesson from the first and older generation OTT or IPTV rollout, because early platforms were often built up quickly to meet launching timelines. Sometimes with they are dependent on heavy cloud. It is heavily dependent on the cloud solutions, and sometimes they install fixed on premises setup. And with this kind of old setup, they over the time the operator started seeing the challenges around in terms of the scalability limit, rising the operational cost, and there is a lack of flexibility, right? And these are the issues they found which are very difficult to handle, and it is very expensive in terms of the cost to fix the issues. And the third important reason is that there is a growing pressure on the cost and operation. See, nowadays we all can see the content costs are rising. Broadcaster contents are very expensive,
Yes.
and the competition between the operators are increasing, and the margin between the the margin of is very very less for the MSO operators and ISPs. So operators need architecture can offer predictability of efficiency and better control, and just not only the technical capability. Hence, what happened? The operators are now planning platform with keeping in mind like 5 to 10 years horizon, right? And they are focusing on how the system will perform during the peak events, how it can evolve with new format and codec, and how it can adapt the business model change. And that's why the architecture is now being discussed right at the beginning of the project, right? And it's now we can say it's no longer about just getting the system live, but about the building something that can last, scale, and remain economically viable over the time.
Okay. So, Mr. Arjun, based on your conversations, what do you think are the so why are so many operators still uncertain when choosing between on-prem and cloud?
Uh, I think that uncertainty exists because the choice between the cloud and on-premises solution is no longer binary, and operators are
Mhm.
feeling the impact of the both sides. From my experience, many operators, appreciate the cloud for its speed of the deployment, elasticity, and ability to scale during the peak events. At the same time, they have cousins after the experiencing the unpredictable operational cost, data sovereignty concern, and this solution, like cloud-based solution, can reduce the control over the critical workload as the platform grows. At the other hand, the on-premises solution is often labeled as a legacy, but in practical, it still uh, plays a critical role, right? Operators value it for the stable uh, volume workload, predictable cost, low latency, and full operational cost. Means with the on-premises solution, you will have all these kind of the features. Just the challenges comes from the upfront investment and the long-term capacity planning required. What really drives the uncertainty is that most operator today run mix workload, like they have a live TV channels, VOD, catch up TV, fast channels, and each with a very different usage pattern. A single model rarely fit all these needs. Means single model cannot achieve all these kind of features and requirement. That's why many operators are stepping back and asking not cloud or on-premises kind of structure, but they focus workload expansion well. How do we keep the flexibility to change over the time? So we can say that uncertainty reflect more strategic, you know, right? And I think it's a mature approach, not indecision.
Yes. So what I find interesting here is that the decision is really technical alone, right? And is operational and organizational. In reality, operators don't follow theory. So, Mr. Arjun, could you walk us through how operators actually make these architecture decisions in practice?
Uh, See, that's a very important point because in reality, architecture decisions are rarely driven by the technology alone, right? As per my observation, operator make this choice after keeping key factors, some key factor in the mind. The first key factor is the business model. An operator running subscription based services think very differently with compared to the other operator who are focusing on award or hybrid model, right?
Okay,
So
get that.
subscription platform prioritize predictable performance and cost stability, while award platform must plan for high concurrency and traffic spike, which directly influences how much cloud elasticity or on-premises stability they need. The second key factor is expected growth versus real growth. See, many operators start with the conservative projections, but in the practice, usage often grows faster than the expected, right? Especially during the live event or live sport event, right, or exclusive event. So operator who have experience this mismatch tend to favor the architecture that can absorb sudden growth without forcing a complete redesign. The third important or key factor is the internal technical capability. See, operators with strong in-house technical teams are more comfortable, to manage on-premises or hybrid environment, while the operators whose team are lean to to the cloud managed services and they are looking and focusing on the reduce the operational complexity. They are focusing on the cloud based solution. So these are the key factor affected. And finally I can say that uh, the predictability and the compliance, right? The operator are in focus on knowing their cost, means upfront cost, managing long-term opex, and meeting local regularity and data compliance requirement. So these are the concern often outweigh purely technical consideration. So in practice, we can say that operators don't follow the theory. They balance, business goals, growth realities, team capabilities, and cost control. So that's why the most common outcome we can see today is the hybrid architecture design around the operational reality, not the ideology.
Oh, that's a great summary of how decisions are really happen. At Sigma OTT, we don't start with cloud or on-prem as a default preference. We start with market context, operational reality, and long-term goals, right? So, Mr. Arjun, from your perspective, why is taking a long-term view so critical when choosing architecture?
Uh, See, that long-term view is critical because OTT platforms are not short-term projects, right? They are live ecosystems that evolve over many years, right? What Sigma OTT does very well is start with the market context and operational reality, not only technology trends. See, today operators may launch their system with a certain audience size, or they mix some content today, but over the time they face traffic spike, new monetizing model, regulatory changes, and technology shifts like new codecs or devices. So if the architecture is designed only for the current, keeping in the mind the current phase, operator have to do re-engineering in the future, the platform, re-engineering their platform every 2 or 3 years, which increasing their cost and risk. By taking a long term view, or we can say the keeping all this thing in the mind, the Sigma OTT help operator design modular based workload aware architectures, where we can offer the cloud based on premises based and hybrid model can be adjusted as their business grow. So without disparate and we are offering this solution without disrupting their live services, right? So yeah, you can and I want to explain this by presenting our Sigma OTT workflow architecture.
Yes, so I'm going to show the workflow of Sigma OTT right now.
Okay, let me explain this using the Sigma OTT IPTV end-to-end workflow you are seeing on the screen. See, at the Sigma OTT, our long-term approach start right from the content source layer. So in the content source layer, you can have a live TV channels, events, VOD, and metadata coming from the content provider. So see, our current OTT structure can support all this kind of the content source. This ensure operator can scale content types over the time without redesigning the platform. Now moving into the Sigma media layer, you can see we can handle live and VOD inject, packaging, and origin services. See, this layer can be deployed on premises, in the cloud, or in hybrid model, and depending on the traffic stability, cost strategy, and regulatory needs. This is where the operator can gain control and cost predictability. The Then you can see the security and operations are managed through the Sigma CMS, encryption, Flex DRM, that can ensuring the long-term compliance and content protection as per the regulations and business model evolves. At the center, you can see the content management system that can manage the EPG, subscription, package bundling, advertisement management, notification, and user management. This modular design allows operators to introduce the new monetizing models or services in the future without changing their core infrastructure, right? So at the delivery side, we can see that the content distribution network, through the CDN, which is again can be a public, private, or hybrid. So we can offer all these three kind of the model in the CDN solution that can give the flexibility to optimize cost and performance over the time. Finally, you can see that the Sigma OTT IPTV app server is integrated with the payment gateway and the front-end application across the mobile, smart TV, and web applications, ensuring that the consistent users experience as the device uses grows, right? So from this diagram, uh, you know, uh, so this diagrams really shows why a long-term architecture view matter, and Sigma OTT doesn't force operator into to go with the only cloud based or on premises, or instead we design the future ready architecture that can adapt as traffic grows, as cost changes and the business goal evolves, right? So we keeping all the future ready technology, cost effective solution, and uh, flexibility. All these point we keeping in the mind, right? And then we design this our Sigma OTT solution. In short, the real value of the long term approach is the future freedom, right? Freedom uh, means freedom to scale the system, control the cost, and adapt the architecture as the market and business strategy evolve, rather than being a lock into one specific kind of the system from the day one. And if you go with the Sigma OTT solution, you can achieve all of this.
Yes, the explanation is easy to understand, even I'm not in the technology team. Thank you, Arjun. So, thank you for your summary for all the explanation today with us about the conversation and taking the time for joining us today. Also, thank you to everyone who joined us. If today's discussion reflects challenges you are currently navigating, we'd be happy to continue the conversation in a more focused setting. Please feel free to reach out or book a follow-up discussion with our team. And have a great day. And we look forward to staying connected. Once again, Happy New Year 2026, and thank you for being part of Sigma ODT community.